Welcome to myeyecademy.com. I'm Professor Mahfooz from Pakistan. In this video, VMCQ 16.1 will discuss the MCQs about the investigations or tests used in ophthalmology. First MCQ. Intraocular pressure is measured with a scan, keratometer, ophthalmoscope, pachymeter or tonometer. A scan is for axial length, keratometer is for curvature of the cornea, ophthalmoscope you remember is for seeing the retina, pachymeter is for the thickness of the cornea, and tonometer is for checking the intraocular pressure. So the right answer would be tonometer. Let's see. Tonometer is the right answer. You can check the intraocular pressure without touching the eye by Goldmann tonometer, Schiot's tonometer, Perkins tonometer, tonopen or air puff tonometer. Remember, Goldmann is mounted on a slit lamp and you have to touch the cornea with the prisms. Schiot's tonometer uses the weight and you have to lie down the patient and touch the cornea. Perkins tonometer is a handheld but it still uses the prisms as the slit mounted Goldmann tonometer. Tonopen is a very handy instrument, but you have to touch the cornea with the pin of the tonopen. An air puff tonometer uses a puff of air and it's a non-touch tonometer. So air puff tonometer should be the answer. And air puff tonometer is the answer. Before going through more MCQs, let's go through this slide. Look at these pictures here. This one is OCT, optical coherence tomography, and you can see the layers of the retina in this test. You can see right from the retinal pigment epithelium, which is the first white layer, and the internal limiting membrane, which is at the surface of the retina. Then is the FFA. In the FFA, you can see the blood vessels because a dye goes through the blood vessels, and if there is any leakage, that will be obvious in the FFA. This is A scan. A scan is for axial length. So this spike is from the cornea and this spike from the retina. So the distance between two is the axial length of the eye. This one is the B scan, which is a two-dimensional test. You use it when there's an opaque lens and you cannot see the retina. So you use the B scan, and the B scan can actually give you the picture behind the opaque cornea or behind the white lens. Like in this picture, you can see the retina is detached, you cannot otherwise see. And this is the visual fields that you use in the glaucoma, and it tells you how much you can see in the center and in the periphery. So this patient cannot see in the periphery, so it has got a visual field defects. So after having this background knowledge, let's start the MCQs. Next MCQ, the axial length of the eye is measured with A scan, keratometer, ophthalmoscope, pachymeter, tonometer. We did discuss the tonometer in the previous slides. Pachymeter is for checking the thickness of the cornea. Ophthalmoscope is for seeing the fundus or the retina. Keratometer is for the curvature of the cornea. So A scan would be the answer as we discussed in the previous slide. Let's see. A scan is the answer. Next MCQ. In a patient with a white cataract, retina can be evaluated by. So it's a white cataract, you or your instrument cannot see through it, the retina. So the retina can be assessed by OCT, keratometer, B scan, A scan, or FFA. OCT can see the layers of the retina, but only when the light can go through. Keratometer is for the corneal curvature. B scan, you can see with the B scan the retina even if the media is opaque like the white retina, so that may be the answer. A scan is for axial length, not for the evaluating retina, and FFA is for leakage in the blood vessels. So the most probable answer would be B scan. Let's see. B scan is the answer. Next MCQ. patient has a retinal pathology, layers of the retina can be assessed with. Now concentrate on layers of the retina. So only one investigation in which you can see the layers of the retina, and that is OCT. The rest are for the other things. So answer would be OCT. OCT is the answer. Next MCQ. Leakage from the retinal blood vessels is assessed by topography, keratometry, B-scan, A-scan, or FFA. Topography is for cornea, keratometry is for the curvature of the cornea, B-scan for the opaque media, A-scan for the axial length, and FFA is to see the leakage from the blood vessels, so that would be the answer. FFA is the answer. Before going into more MCQs, let's study this. What is biometry? Biometry is application of statistical data to the biological data. And in ophthalmology, application of statistical data to biological data means we measure axial length with the A-scan and corneal curvature with the keratometer. Then we use axial length and corneal curvature to calculate the power of the implant we are going to put after the cataract surgery. So with this knowledge, let's attempt the next MCQ. Corneal curvature is measured with ophthalmoscope, pachymeter, tonometer, A-scan, or keratometer. Remember, ophthalmoscope for retina, pachymeter for thickness, tonometer for IOP, A-scan for axial length, and the corneal curvature is with the keratometer. So that would be the answer. Keratometer is the answer. Power of the lens is calculated by. Remember the slide? Options are biometry, keratometer, B-scan, A-scan, or FFA. So the obvious answer is biometry. And biometry is the correct answer. Biometry is calculation of what? We already studied in the slide. Curvature of the cornea, depth of the anterior chamber, power of the implant, axial length of the eye, or thickness of the retina. In the biometry, we do check the axial length of the eye, but then that is used to check the power of the implant. So the power of the implant will be the correct answer. Power of the implant is the correct answer. A patient is suspected to have glaucoma. Which tests are useful? Visual fields and biometry. Biometry is for checking the power of the implant, so that's not the answer. Topography and visual field. Topography is checking the curvature of the cornea, so that is not an answer. B-scan and OCT. B-scan is to check the status of the eye when the media is opaque, so that's not the answer. Keratometry and OCT. Keratometry is to check the curvature of the cornea, so that's not the answer. Number 5 is OCT and visual fields. Both of these are used to assess the status of the retinal nerve fibers and the visual fields. So this is the answer. OCT and visual field is the answer. Perimetry is the assessment of what? Axial length of the eye. Axial length of the eye is checked with A-scan. Leakage of the retinal vessel, that's for the leakage. Visual field may be the answer. Power of the IOL in the eye, that's biometry. Thickness of the cornea, that's pachymetry. So visual field, in other words, is also called perimetry, in which you check how much patient can see to the sides. So visual field would be the answer. And visual field is the answer. Before going into the next MCQ, let's see the difference between the B-scan and OCT. B-scan is through opaque media, while the OCT is through clear media. Resolution of the B-scan is 150 micron, while the resolution of the OCT is 5 micron. So the OCT can see much smaller lesion as compared to the B-scan. Let's go to the MCQs. OCT can detect as small lesion as 5 micron, 5 millimeter, 50 micron, 150 micron, 500 micron. As we already discussed, it can see a very small lesion as small as 5 micron, so that would be the answer. 5 micron is the answer. B-scan can detect as small lesion as 5 micron, 5 millimeter, 50 micron, 150 micron, or 500 micron. 5 micron is the resolution of the OCT and 150 micron is the resolution of the B-scan, so that would be the answer. 150 micron is the answer. Thank you very much for being with me, and do visit youtube.com at Professor Mahfooz 7544, and please do give your feedback. Thank you.